Today in FS25, we're taking on something new here at the farm, and yeah, this is going to be a long job. Today, we're going to help Grandpa harvest his carrot field here at Guy Friday's Country Goods. You can find a link to this playlist in the description below, or check the channel page for other farming series you might like. Last month, we got this field here all done and set, and it's good for next year. Now here we are in October, and I think maybe, now that we have this field taken care of, our only field currently, although we might be buying something soon, we've got some money. Grandpa's field here, I've expressed some worry about it recently, as seems he's just kind of letting weeds grow in it and whatever else. Maybe we should help Grandpa harvest this field. Let's see, it's field 4, I think. Yeah, right here. Whoops. What did I just hit? There it is. Yeah. So I think it's not a bad idea at all. Normally, of course, when you start off in Riverbend Springs, you start off owning this farm here and owning all of these fields. We started here not owning any of this. And so the way I see it, there's Grandpa over there by the house. Maybe he's having trouble managing these fields without us. So I thought about buying it, but why don't we see if we can do this contract? The reason I say see if we can do this contract is because it's going to require a worker to some capacity that I haven't tried yet in FS25. So let's try it out. Let's borrow equipment for this. All right, let's get down to the store. I want to go ahead and take this tractor. I think the store is possibly a good place to leave this tractor anyway. I say that because, so we got this tractor so that we can have a loader that we can use other places on the map. Because we have a loader at our farmyard, of course. We have our skid steer. So parking this at the farm would be a little pointless, kind of, really. It should be somewhere handy, but at the same time, leaving this parked at the store, not a bad idea. Kind of central location where we could bring other places. But anyway, we're going to go down to the store and see about this equipment for harvesting Grandpa's carrot field. And the thing is, see, we're going to have a worker because the harvesting machine for it, I don't believe I could be wrong, but I don't think it has a hopper. So we're going to have a worker drive either the harvester or somehow the chase vehicle. So we'll sort that out. I haven't tried that yet in FS25. That's what we're going to be doing for starters here in October. And we can have a look at other contracts later in the month, perhaps. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see as we go here what else there is to do. Of course, it occurred to me when I was saying that, leaving this here, we have a loader here. Well, that loader here that's just for loading stuff at the shop. I just figured for now we'd park this here. This is a decent location to take it anywhere we need to go, but whatever. For right now, it's just parked here because we're coming here to get this equipment. So here's what they gave us for the contract. We're not making much off this, but I'm not doing it really for the profit. I'm doing it to help out Grandpa Farmer there. So we got 2 tractors to use. I'm just having a look at these. So this little tractor, it says we'll run that. Right there in the bottom right hand corner, it says required power 100 horsepower, and this tractor has 100 horsepower. It looks kind of small, and I was like, maybe I should use the bigger tractor for the harvester. But then again, that is a big wagon. It'd probably be best to have the bigger tractor to pull that. So anyway, and I was also thinking, well, we could use our tractor to pull this. Well, ours is at the farm. So let's have a look. I've not used this harvester yet, so let's see how this works here. All right, let's have a look at the controls for this harvester here. And we'll want to have a look at it when we get to the field. Yeah, so let's go ahead and let's get this out to the field. We'll get the other tractor and the tipper out there as well. But this will be good. We'll get those carrots off the field. Maybe we should buy the field and take care of it for him, since it's got weeds growing all through it. Apparently he doesn't have the time or the whatever to get that field done and taken care of. I looked at buying it. It costs like it's like $58,000, I think. It's not very big. I mean, it's size of field you would get for $60,000. All right, down here at the farm, let's get this machine unfolded. Yeah, now it yeah, I haven't used it, so let's see. I just want to get a feel for it. Okay, you know, it might have some storage because that's to offload it right there. Yeah, that right there, that control looks like it's to offload it. Or it's just, you know, for, you know, if the tractor driving alongside you has a higher, you know, trailer. All right, so that does that. Well, let's see what we can do here. So we're going to lower this down. We're going to turn this on, and it's probably going to require... Well, it looks like... Alright, it looks like this particular harvester... Yeah, I've never harvested carrots before. It looks like this particular harvester does have some storage there. Yeah, so, okay. Let's go ahead and stop this here. Alright, let's turn this. We don't need this anymore. Alright, so, having a look out here. So, yeah, the way it works, that's what I thought. So, it stores it in that bunker there, and then when we want to offload it, we can offload it... see, we can just offload it right here. It was offloaded onto the ground. Or we can raise it up, offload it into a trailer. Alright, so that's great. I was hoping that there would be... we could hire a worker to drive this, but where's the fun in that? I like to drive the harvesters myself. It's possible, and I've not tried this. Let me know in the comments below if you guys know how you would... Surely there might be a way. I'm just not thinking like about assign a task to a worker to drive the other vehicle. I would think the AI in this game could manage it. But anyway, regardless, we don't need to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the other vehicle, get it down here, and then we can go ahead and harvest and then dump it in there, and we'll get all this harvested for Grandpa Farmer over there. You know, I think he has a name. I think his name's Walter. I think it's actually, you know what? It would say right here on the contracts, Walter. Grandpa Walter. There we go. You don't have to call him Grandpa Farmer. His name's Walter. All right. Well, let's get this down there and we'll get this carrots harvested. I feel bad harvesting our field, and right next door to our field, there's Grandpa Walter's field, and it's all going to hell over there, all covered in weeds and stuff. Well, we'll get that fixed. All right, so we're going to go ahead and park this here. Now, you know, now that I'm seeing this from up here, so that harvester is a harvester only working 2 rows of crop at a time. Yeah, I haven't used it before. Let's have a look at it. This could be a long job. Yeah, it seems so. It would seem so. Well, let's see here. Yeah, never used a carrot harvester. Let's see here. Let's back up the view a bit. Let's here. Let's pull this up. Ay ay ay. Yeah, so that's a lot of passes. Yeah, so this is one of those crops that is more work than a lot of other crops. The contract, I don't think, pays enough for the amount of work that this is going to be. Let's see. We want to follow this line here, maybe. Yeah, it looks like it's only harvesting just 1 row at a time. Although, actually, I have some curiosity about this. Because, let's turn this off. Yeah, so it's only harvesting 1 row at a time. Again, never used one. Perhaps this was not the time to learn it. So one thing for sure, using these lines is not the way to do it. I don't think so, because look at these. You spend more time trying to figure out which one you need to be on than is worth it. I think it's going to be better to just eyeball it, perhaps. Like so. And let's see, how did that work for me? Yeah, and even that, No. Yeah, so I turned the lines off because looking at these lines... Whoops, wrong button. Looking at these lines, there's just... yeah, look, there's just too many darn lines. You wouldn't know which one to follow. So what we're going to do is we're just going to turn them off. And use them maybe here and there. But turning on the visible lines is not the way to do this. For now, we need to empty this. So, yeah, carrots is a tough job. And I'm not sure the job I should have gotten us into at the very beginning of this episode. Yeah. So, note to self, when trying new things, have an idea how impossible it's going to be first. Right? I'm going to move this up to where we can more easily unload into it. We'll just park it out here in our field and offload some carrots. Oh, that's cool. You can see little carrots flying out. That's my bad. Wrong button. Right, so pretty high yield crop. That's going to fill it fast, it looks like. All right, so once you get the hang of this, it's not so bad. It's going to take a little bit of... finesse. When I first looked at it, it was absolutely overwhelming with all the lines up and down the field. Then I decided, let's not use those stupid lines. It takes too much time. It's first of all, it's just, it's just unimmersive. It's just not the way to do it. Second of all, now that I'm actually looking at the field and seeing what's going on, it's not so bad. It's not so bad. I wouldn't want to plant an entire 5-hectare field with carrots, especially one that was oddly shaped. But on a small rectangular field like this, probably not so bad. Let's get a good here. Let's try turning here. Yes, there's method to my madness. Let's turn here. Find a nice place where we can, have plenty of room to turn the tractor down. And I think we can get a rhythm down doing this. And, well, now I kind of see maybe why he neglected some of the work on this field. But still, he shouldn't have let it get this bad. So I'll be glad to get this done for him, even though we're not making hardly any money on this at all. Maybe we can find some other jobs to do. One thing is there's some places where it looks like it's harvesting more. I'm not really sure. I would guess so. Now, my experience doing crops like this, my experience tells me that that is the tires crushing some of the crop, because potatoes, for instance, can be hard for that exact reason. But this is a contract, and you don't crush crops when you do a contract. It turns off crop destruction. So I guess at some points it is just harvesting more. Yeah, that's a little tough to tell, but for now we got a decent rhythm here, so we can go along this row, and then we'll do a wide turn, come along where we went previously, and actually make fairly decent work of this field, which is good, because when I saw these lines, it's just like, wow, yeah, all those lines. Yeah, I would advise turning them off for this. This isn't bad at all. And I'm glad this has internal storage. I was afraid this wasn't going to have a hopper. Some of these machines don't. Oh, it's cool. Look at the little conveyor belt. Oh, they're gone now. You can see the carrots flying up the thing there. Sorry, I got distracted looking at that. Let's see if we can see the carrots going up the conveyor belt. Yeah, it's cool how it picks them up. You can see them just kind of hanging there. Oh, we are in the same row we already did now. That's odd. Yeah, because it works such a narrow path, it's going to take... We're gonna have some hit and miss rows here. Like, for instance, right here, we can probably clean up where we didn't get that one. Yeah, it's not an exact science, this thing, trying to aim it exactly, especially since it's the way it's harvesting here. But I think we got plenty of time to get better at this. I was about to bail on this at first. I saw how hard it was going to be, and I was starting to hit the nope button. Nope. But getting the hang for it's kind of cool, actually. That's cool. Seeing all the carrots go up the thing. Yeah, talk about a high yield crop. Jeez. We might have to get into the carrot business, guys. Yeah, well, I'm going to have a look at this. I'm going to see how much does this machinery cost. This ain't that bad. It's more fun to work than I thought. I was really regretting this at first. Let's see here. We're going to go empty this. But first, let's... oh, so cool, watching all the carrots. Yeah, so let's have a look at... Yeah, let's see real quick. It's, what's the difference between these two? Probably just the way they unload or something. But, oh yeah, so 40 grand. Well, that's not bad for a harvester. Now, this guy here... Yeah, so this guy here, now I see, so this guy here works like basically like 4 of these side by side, and that is an expensive machine. Okay, okay. But these here, they're not that expensive. What's the difference between these two? These, this is the one we're using here. The one we're using, this is the one we're using, the $100,000 one. Because those other two, it didn't look like they have hoppers. This one does. These just look like we would need a chase tractor. So this would be a $100,000 investment, basically. All right, all right. And then what can we do with carrots? I don't really know yet. Well, production and things like that. These, let's see, pretty high yield. Let's check on prices. See how it, what carrots sell for. Carrots. Up to 450. But the thing is, we've already pulled like 10,000 liters of carrots off this field, like already. Is the thing. Yeah, we've already pulled a solid 10,000 liters of carrots off this field, and look how little we've done is the thing. That's what I'm looking at. That's why I'm looking at the price. It's like, wow. Could be a fun crop to work with. We'd have to see what all we can do with them. But I don't know, maybe something like this, kind of a niche, cool, like vegetable crop for Guy Friday's Country Goods, you know. Well, that is the idea. We're building up a network chain, a farm, you know, to supply a country store, you know. Things like carrots might not be a bad idea. It's kind of cool. Well, we'll get back to this with another row. I guess it doesn't really matter. We can do any row we want, but let's try to keep with kind of where I was at here. Now the trick is to try to get lined up with the one we want to do. Don't turn on the visible lines, but just get set where you want to go and lock on and hope that, yeah. So what I'm doing is I am using steering assist. I'm absolutely using steering assist because otherwise this could be kind of, you know, it'd be too hard to, you got to keep it exactly straight, you know, because we're only hitting one row of carrots at a time. Okay, I lost track of what I was saying. Yeah, because we're only hitting one row at a time. I think it's best to use the steering assist just so that we don't like swerve on and off of it. Because, I mean, seriously, you know, like 6 inches one way or the other, you're steering off of it. But obviously you don't have the lines up because that's way too much. Way too much. You try to tell where you're at. No. But use it, but just don't have it up, yeah. But yeah, when I saw all those lines pop up, when I pulled up the map for this field and saw all those lines, I'll tell you, I almost I almost quit. I was almost like, no. Now, I wonder where we're taking these carrots. I haven't looked at that yet. We are taking these to Grain River Silo. Ah, there it is up north. Ah, there it is. Okay. Yeah, I see where that's at. Oh, yeah, I know where that place is. I've been through there. So we'll just get a little ways down the field here. Make sure that we're on the right row. And you don't have to, but... Did I snap onto it? Didn't sound like I did. Yeah, I did. Okay. And then we can snap on to make sure we're on the same one. But really, I think really once I get good at it, you don't even have to do that. I do wonder if, you know, if this were our field, and maybe we'll have to test this out, because I guess I would like to grow carrots. If this were our field, would we be crushing the crops with these tractor tires? Because, I mean, they're root crops, so you'd be like, well, they're underground. Yeah, but now I haven't done potatoes here either, but I did a lot of potatoes in FS22, and you would definitely crush them with, if you didn't have narrow wheels, you would definitely crush them. It'll take some trial and error, some testing here to see. Okay, we're going to get on this row here. There we go. We'll have some random carrots here and there to come back and clean up, but that'll be easy enough. All right, now let's see if I've gotten a little better at this. I think so. I mean, it's not hard. It's not hard to lock on your steering, but it takes a certain amount of intuition to know where you're good to go straight and where it's not going to kink you off to the side. If you hit it too close to the edge of the field, it might steer your tractor off weird or something like that. You never know. Fear not, Grandpa. We will harvest your carrots. But yeah, this contract should pay more than whatever it pays. I think it paid I think it's $2,800 or something. Not balanced. Well, not balanced as far as here, let's cut another section of field out over here. Not balanced as far as money for time. If that's how they want to balance the contracts, then it's 100% not balanced. Because previously in the game, the wood transport apparently was the best paying because they nerfed that with the recent patch 1.3. That said, I believe today patch 1.4 came out. There's patch notes for it. I may go over that in a separate video. But anyway, patch 1.3 nerfed the rewards for the wood transport. Personally, though, it wasn't one that I did a lot because, well, we're full again. Because it takes a lot of work and dexterity working the crane. If you like working the crane, that's great. But I think the best paying contracts for actual effort expended is the certain hoeing or weeding ones. So what you want to look for is the machinery that they give you to do it. Here, I'll show you. You want to look for the big, huge ones that pay tons of money and make sure it's giving you the right equipment. Like when you look at weeding, this one right here. You see this tool right here? That tool has a work width of 27 meters. So some of these fields, see that field's pretty small, but still that field right there, 2.3 hectares, $5,600. That's going to be one headliner on the outside and maybe 3 passes, maybe, and it gives you that. Some of these you want to look for the big 5 and 6 hectare fields, and they'll award you 12 grand. And with that tool over there, with that 27 meter, that's 90 feet. That's 90 feet across. Yeah. That's a 90 foot work width. Even on a 6 hectare field, it makes it's a 5-10 minute, 5 minute job max, right? Those pay the most. This right here, totally not worth it for the money they're paying. It's for the time that we're spending on it, but it's okay because we're helping Grandpa Walter here. So, but yeah, as a side note, those I found are the best for money versus work ratio. So yeah, I guess this is just what we're doing today. This, obviously. Oh, that's right. We didn't get all the way down the row because the hopper filled up. Yeah, I didn't know what... Well, I knew when I started today, I knew it was hey, let's do this field, right? But, well, y'all were here. I didn't know what I was getting into. No, totally not. But I guess we didn't have anything really for sure lined up for October anyway, so... Now here, let's see if we can get some carrots on this row here. There we go. Make some progress on this end of the field. And slowly, yeah, I know it's all striped, but once we really get it down, yeah, easier turning, make nice wide turns. Man, this thing fills up so insanely fast. I'm hoping it can finish this row. Nope, it couldn't. Darn it. There's a lot of unfinished rows because of that, because it fills up so fast. You end up with a lot of unfinished rows, which only compounds the ones that we also kind of missed. But... So this is going to fill the tipper, I think, and we're going to take this to the silo. And I believe this load here should fill the tipper. We'll be taking it regardless because it'll get it at least mostly full. Let's see here. Man, this is insane, the yield of this. I thought potatoes were high yield. I think carrots are even more so. Oh yeah, that definitely filled us up there. Alright, so we're going to run this. I think I know exactly where we're going. Yeah. We're going to drive by our farm because that's how I know, I know where this place is at in relation to our farm. So we'll go up the road to our farm and we'll hang a right. Yeah, I'm glad I reserved the bigger of the 2 tractors for this. Yeah, you see, you might be inclined, you might think you should use the bigger tractor for the harvester, but no. Once you do this a little while, you'll learn how unwieldy some of these trailers can get. Yeah, I'm glad we saved the big tractor for the trailer. Come on, tractor, you can do it. Get up the hill. Well, it's a beautiful autumn day for a drive, at least, because we might be going fairly slow up this hill. Yeah, so we're going to go up here by our... I think if we go past our farm, hang a right, go straight, and just look for the big grain elevator, we'll see it. It's on the road. I remember this grain elevator because it's situated in such a place that the road goes through it. Now, I wonder how this trailer tips. I haven't used this particular trailer. We'll figure that out when we get to the elevator. Yeah, because I just stopped to have a look, and I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that, because now we're, alright, struggling to get up the hill. Well, I was looking at the trailer. I wonder if this is one that tips on the side, or, well, yeah, I'll figure it out when we get there. Alright, we need to look both ways very carefully, and we are going... Once we get around this turn, we should see a big elevator up ahead on the leftish, maybe. If I'll look both ways. We should be seeing it. It's not something you miss. It's a big elevator. Yeah, it's unmissable. I can't believe I would have taken the wrong way. I don't believe I took the wrong way. I'm sure I'm going the right way. I think that's it down there. I bet that's it down there. Yeah, that's got to be it. Carefully down the hill. Oh, I can't imagine pulling a trailer this heavy down this hill. It'd be sketchy, especially in the wintertime. You can feel how heavy it is. Did you notice in FS25 they've added, like, you can hear the trailer rattling and banging around as you go over bumps down the road. I like how they added that. It gives even more like immersion and feeling to really how heavy some of these are. But yeah, this is the place I was thinking of right here. And yeah, I think if we hang a sharp left here, it just takes us right through it. Yep. Now, let's have a look at where this tips. Tip side back. Okay. Alright. Well, yeah, it probably just opens the back door. And, well, we'll find out. I wanted to make sure before we got up here. 27 cubic meters of carrots. Oh no, the whole thing does tip. It looks so long. Yeah, it does. Alright, and that is 39% transported. Huh, not bad for one load. Now, is there an easier way back? You know, there might be, because I think I know that bridge there. Let's see if we can find a different way back. Because this is clearly all we're doing today, so may as well have some fun with it here. Is there another way back? Well, no, this road goes around these fields. This road doesn't go directly down to that bridge. I know that because there's contracts commonly. There's contracts on those fields there to the left. And there's like, yeah, you got to go way down here to go around those fields. Yeah, I guess the way we went was pretty effective, pretty efficient actually, because I can tell by that water tower up there that we're getting close to where our house is. Now that I'm getting a better feel for this machine here, let's see if we can get some of the places that we missed, see if we can trim up some of this field. And really, yeah, getting used to it, really all that is just pointing your tractor where you need to go. But it's such a different, it's such a different tool from anything else that I've used here. There is, yeah, as silly as it seems to just point your tractor, well, it is a thing. It is a learning curve. But yeah, now that we can do that a little better, let's clean up some of this other, some of the places where we missed or where we have incomplete rows and things like here. Whoops, I didn't mean to raise that up. But you kind of do get a feel for where the edge of the tractor needs to be to get the row that you're trying to get here. And I don't think I even need to use the steering anymore, as sometimes it does lock you on the line you don't want. There we go. I think we got the field pretty cleaned up. It's pretty much just straight rows now, more or less. It looks a lot better, is one thing. It looks a lot better. It looks like a much more manageable task now. Yeah. But yeah, I could have just... I thought about buying the field and just taking it over completely, you know, for our farm, help Grandpa out. But I didn't know how the carrot farming would go, and, you know, we didn't have the equipment, and that's why I decided to do it as a contract so we could lease the equipment cheaply. But yeah, maybe we should buy this. Yeah, it might be fun. What do you guys think? Buy this, keep it for ourselves, and use it for vegetables, because it does make a good vegetable field, and then it's not overly huge, and it's nice and perfectly square, and there is room to turn around, you know, with big unwieldy equipment. I think this makes a nice vegetable field, honestly. And we can afford it. There's also that. We can easily afford it. I mean, we still have leeway to take out a loan if we needed to, but we don't even have to take out a loan to do this. Oh, here's some carrots that we missed over here. I think buying this field is good. And plus, also, you know, it's right next door to our other field. There we go. Okay, we got that cleaned up there. Yeah, I say we buy this field and... if not carrots, but carrots works well. But we just ran, what is it? It's rounded to about 500 per 1,000 liters, but not quite, but that makes the math easier. And we just took 27,000 liters. So that's what we just delivered, which was only just this portion of the field we've harvested, would have been about 14, you know, or so $1,000, you know, give or take, right? That's decent profit off this little tiny field. Now, that would just be selling them straight. You know, obviously they can be used in productions. Yeah, I mean, this field could be really, really profitable. Now, of course, the cheaper harvester, which it looks like it doesn't have a bunker like this one does to store it, it would just offload directly onto the... Well, you would want traditionally like a chase vehicle, right? But... if we owned the field, it would be our field, and we could do it the way I generally do potatoes, which is with a cheaper harvester and just offload it onto the ground. So we could run with a harvester, you know, that was only $40,000. So we could afford this field and that harvester with the money we have now, but it would offload it. We could just have it offloading onto the ground is the thing. If we own the field, we can dump onto it, and thus we wouldn't need a tractor to follow us. We could just dump it onto the ground as we go. But then that's quite a mess to clean up. As I've found, harvesting potatoes, that's a pretty big job when you just offload onto the ground, and you got to come through with a loader. Again, of course, they make equipment to do that, but again, you know, saving money, I always go the bargain route. That means coming down with a loader, and imagine, so far, we have this right here, puts us at 32,000 liters of carrots we've harvested off that field. That's 32 buckets with our small little bucket that we have, and that's a lot of loader running. So I think it's worth it to pay for the harvester like we have here with the bunker. Yeah, we don't want to do this on an irregular shaped field. I think that'd be kind of a nightmare. But this is great because here this is square and flat. This is like the best place to do it. But looking at this, the bunker on this thing holds 5,500 liters. You know, in regards to just dumping them on the field and then moving them, yeah, it's a pretty overwhelming job with the loader that we have. But 5,000 liters, that's something that we might have. That's the kind of capacity you might have in, say, a wheel loader bucket. So every time I'm going to empty this, that's 5,000 liters. Again, that's an unheard of capacity for a wheel loader bucket. If we had a wheel loader and we were just dumping these on the ground, it would only take as many trips with that to empty as it does with this. So really, that's not an impossible thing to do. Get the cheaper one of these, dump it on the ground, use a wheel loader to pick it up. Well, of course, we'd have to buy a wheel loader, but hey, something to think about. And I like moving stuff with loaders. It's fun. I think it's part of the fun thing, and that's why you'll never see me use any kind of auto loading anything, because I'm fine loading, unloading my own bales and moving things with the loaders. I like working the loaders. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and get this done. This is just a lot of work, but I'm glad that it got all ironed out. Today's episode was quite candid because I didn't know what we were doing when we started off. now it's pretty nailed down. This is pretty nailed down. I hate to end the episode here without this being done, but the truth is, because of everything I'm going to have to cut out here, I don't know how long this is going to end up being, if it's going to be a long episode, a short episode. Usually I have some kind of idea. I really don't today because I had to learn this as we went, but it all worked out, and I'm glad it did because we got a real system for working this field now. And so thanks so much for following along, guys. I'm going to get this finished. And when I catch up with you, we'll have something figured out as far as what we're going to do regarding vegetables. I like the idea of buying this field and growing our own vegetables here. This is a great field to do it on. This is a great field to do it on here. Because it's so long and rectangular. Like right here, you notice I'm taking 2 rows. Yeah, I've done this enough passes up and down this field. I know that this particular path here, going this direction, and this part of the field, we can take 2 rows. Just the idiosyncrasies of the field here. So yeah, once you learn it and get it down, it's not so bad at all. It's still time consuming and not what I'd recommend for a lucrative contract, but I'm going to get this done. And don't worry, you won't be missing anything. Just a lot more of the same work, and it doesn't really even pay that much either. Honestly, today we made about 3 times more money than this in the contracts I did just warming up before I even started recording today. This really doesn't pay anything like at all, so I'll catch up with you guys probably next month or something. Okay, sorry, I hit the wrong button there. So I'll catch up with you guys probably later on this month or in November, and we'll have something figured out regarding this field and what we're doing with the farm and where we're going with Guy Friday's Country Goods. Guys, thanks so much for following along. Thanks for your comments below, and of course your subscription. I'll catch you guys in the next one coming up soon.